What happened to shakes things up? The mood for a song, it does.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. It is not a matter for prying ears. Pray. As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
There is no shortage.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to, you will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
I do like it here, but it can get very dark.
time. On them calls, and a sharp resist.
Well met, son. How might I
This
be of
really
service?
is fine craftsmanship. Oh, yes? I possess no ill intent, I assure you. I merely wished for a closer look at these bows. Those of other races differ so in design from our own, you see. I cannot deny I am curious about them. That's all 'tis, mind, curiosity. I have no desire to actually own one of these contraptions myself, and even if I did, it isn't as if I could purchase one. It would be unseemly for an elf to aspire to such a thing. No matter how they fascinate me, it isn't to be. You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect. Such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Well, why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply will not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so, though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, it might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you gifted me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold. But this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
This is for you. What do you think?
Hoi, friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue some of my pilfered equipment. I'd be fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox cart raids, I've since learned. No doubt they're hoarding the stolen arms in their den. From the tell of it, their lair lies somewhere along the western road. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go awry, 'twould weigh heavily on my heart. Losing my wares for good would make me sore, but no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh?
Pray, follow me.
Well met, sir.
I wonder.
Good evening, sir. I trust you. Fared all right on the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged.
Quickly now! Our master beckons. Understood.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the... roads, despite the hour. Much obliged. Well met, sir.
Might as well take a look while you're here.
Now here's a welcome sight.
This worrying's giving me an achy back.
They'd learn.
On another note, the Arisen has chosen to fill our ranks with women.
What to make of this? Now there's a hassle I could...
What am I supposed to do?
Here we go again. If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die. Violin. I grant you life, man. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. my aim is true. Yon ox cart is broken beyond repair.
Wrought by the hands of brigands. Or the claws of monsters. Careful now!
Cleanse yourself of that oil, post haste.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
As I recall, we have another matter to attend to in this domain. Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Continue our onslaught. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Hand over your coin, and I'll let you alone.
I shan't let them harm you. Prepare yourself! I behold of the arm. Now to bring it down and let it taste our fury. Would you lend me a hand? Let my magics grant you a memory. Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time. Displaying bowmanship for an elf. My hand would tremble on the string if it were me. But I expect you will do.
Oh, true to your word, you have come. Let us begin at once. I should like to observe your form first and foremost. So stand here and take your aim at yon targets.
Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use. We ought to take a closer look.
You have my gratitude. I learned much from you just now. In fact, I have made a discovery. Unlike those of Elven Lake, bows crafted by other races are designed for keen aim. Is that not so? But I can see this is no revelation for you. I expect you thought this design common to all bows, yes? Not so for those of Elven make, however. Our bows are crafted to guide not the hand, but the heart. Mayhap you will find the sentiment strange, but such is the perspective of elven kind. We are taught that arrows loosed with proper form will strike true, as if 'tis all a matter of poise. I admit, I find it rather baffling myself. Perhaps that is why my bowmanship has failed to improve. Yet with this bow, I begin to understand. Let us see if I fare any better now. Huzzah! What a feat! I can hardly believe it. Every last arrow found its mark. Dead center. This marvel is nothing at all like an elven bow. The design allows for ease of aim and steadfast flight of each arrow. To think that I should feel such a difference. Mayhap I am more suited to a bow of foreign make than one of my own people's. It is a strange thought, but how else to explain it? My arrows have not soared so true in all my days. I'd nearly given up on myself, yet 'twould seem I am not without talent after all. My performance of this bow has divested me of such doubts. But the ingenuity of this design, if only my people would take heed. It is all very well to talk of honing one's form, but why should we not perfect the tool so integral to our customs? I am decided. I shall take this bow back to the arbor. With this as my weapon, I have no doubt I shall pass my trial of archery.
It seems Sir Glyndor's doubts no longer plague him. May his newfound confidence see him through his trial of archery. I quite agree. Trevo mine is but a stone's throw from here. Then follow me. I'll lead the way. A cave. Shall we proceed into the depths? Tread carefully. One never can be too cautious. Of course. We cannot break it from this side. True enough. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. No harm in picking a few.
I fear I must stray from the thread of our conversation to tell you.
Be ready! Our foes are armed! Allow me.
One never can have too many of these. Let us take care when and how we put them to use. Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but... Curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
Fascinating.
You!
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Where's that scoundrel hiding?
My magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Have you further business here, Master? In truth, I cannot imagine new discoveries await. Come, your Risen's motivations are not ours to question. Ah, now here's a surprise. A splendid discovery. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sound.
Naught can threaten us if we watch each other's backs.
Here we go again. If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die.
Of course. Attack now, while the ogre's attention is fixed on its favorite prey. Do hurry. Our foe has been knocked off balance. Grab it, drag it to the ground. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Well done. A flawless execution. Once more. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. How are we to get through this door? We were very thorough. Whatever secrets this place held ought to be ours now. A different path would serve us better now. I'll lead the way. Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
Come out now.
Turn out your pockets.
It seems they bear us ill will. We ought to proceed with caution. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. Well, that's one way to put it. Let us cross quickly, lest it move. Interesting. I shall have to inform them. Now that's a surprise. I do believe our party would stand to benefit from the addition of a sorcerer. Their commander's magic makes them dependable allies. Our enemies have grown in number. This battle's end is more distant than I hoped. I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen. And it seemed... Please dispense with the formality. This rumour has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the rift that makes us a danger to ourselves and others. Symptoms include an unruly attitude and overconfidence, and in the end, we turn our backs on our master and our duty.
How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. Resurrect so long as their skulls remain intact. But fear not, I shall gladly smash every last one. Skeleton! Soldiers of bone!
Forgive me, but I cannot guide you from here. Trevo Mine is but a stone's throw from here. Then follow me. I'll lead the way. We have found a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. It seems to me we'll find some rare materials here. Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find? Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby? We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once. Out of the cave at last.
If I were meant to spend my days in darkness, I'd have been born a mole.
I quite agree. Oh, Goblin! This should be of use. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten monster lies. Shall I lead the way? One of us has been drenched! Forgive me, but I cannot guide you from here. Trevo mine is but a stone's throw from here. Pray, allow me to show you the way.
Close them. Just one more push ought to bring it down.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Well done.
What do ye want?
Got some business with me, do ye?
Save it, cuz.
Follow me, if you would.